Welcome to Unfiltered and Offensive. I am your host, Hunter Sutton. And this week, I'm trying out something a little new. Kind of excited for it. I did my first ever Zoom podcast with Jaime Lee. She's a hilarious Boston comic, a top 1% OnlyFans creator, which is kind of a big deal. Um, Sat and had a cool chat about comedy, COVID, and conspiracies. Triple C's. Remember those days? Weren't that fun. But anyways, you can click the link below to follow her. She goes by Jaimeleecomedy on all of her social media accounts. The link below to her OnlyFans account. You should definitely check that out. But anyways, hope you guys enjoy. This episode of Unfiltered and Offensive is brought to you by The Reaper Show on Twitch. Twitch is a gaming streaming device. I'm not a big gamer. You nerds know what it is. But yeah, you can follow him. He's, pretty big, popular, I guess, from what I hear. But you can go to twitch.tv/the_Reaper_show to follow him and, I don't know, play with him. But yeah, go ahead and check him out. After the stimulus money and tax return money coming up, you're going to have a little bit of walking around money. Want to get those holes in the wall fixed that you punched when you got drunk and called your ex and she didn't answer, so you got mad. You can get those holes fixed. You can get the room painted and make it look beautiful. We'll call Holt's Painting. 30 years experience, based here in Wilmington, does interior, exterior painting, very good at drywall, carpentry, any type of, home renovation you need done, call Donald Holt at, you can reach him at 910-620-1517. Give him a call and give him promo code OFFENSIVE to get 5% off any work he does.
I'm doing the iPhone. I got everything set up like perfectly on my laptop and my mixer. I am so scared to breathe on it wrong.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why?
Like I said, I am so bad with all of this shit. Like the only reason I started like this is because of COVID.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's the only reason.
Like you didn't have a podcast before?
No, I was just doing stand-up.
Oh, damn. Yeah. How long have you been doing stand-up?
About 2 years.
Yeah, me too. So like COVID pretty much was like most of that. Like right when I was starting to get booked for things, COVID happened.
Yeah, that happened to so many people. Luckily, I was doing outdoor shows, and like now I'm not like big on doing stand up outside in like 15 degrees.
I got asked, and I'm very glad I did not do it.
But I have, let's see, 5 shows coming up the next 2 months, and they're all inside.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I have nothing. I've been asked to do shows like out of state. Like somebody offered for me to like do a feature in Florida. But then I'd have to I'd be literally flying to Florida just for one show. It's a feature, so it's like 15 minutes, which would be good. So I've never.
Yeah. Is it at like an actual comedy club?
I have no idea. Honestly, I get so many DMs that if I lose the DM, it's gone. And I don't remember. I'm so bad with names and like things. Yeah. So like people have to follow up with me because it'll just be lost. So I don't remember who asked me. So I'm going to get eye drops because my eyes are like red. And I've like recorded every podcast I've ever recorded. I'm fucked up with everyone.
Oh yeah, I have. You can go back to some of my older ones, and we are really fucked up.
Literally, was on a dating show, and the whole dating show was literally supposed to be like I made my intro about me literally being like a mess and like an alcoholic. And so like I'm just hammered on the show, the first episode. So all the guys are like, but that was like the point of like the comedy dating show.
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah, oh god, I rewatched it and I was like, I can't believe this is on the fucking internet. But
we almost did an acid show New Year's Eve.
I just got to do a mushroom one on Friday.
I did stand up on mushrooms one time.
Oh my God, no.
It started off good. Everything went fine. Everything was smooth. And then a lady in the back yelled out and heckled at me. And I just guess it just got my wires crossed or something.
Oh yeah, I feel like I'd be freaking out.
Yeah. And then I just like verbally assaulted everything she loved for like 10 minutes.
I don't know how to explain to people. How do you explain to people?
It was weird. Like I said, I was tripping pretty hard, and she just caught me at a weird moment. And I was like, you know what? Let me tell you something.
Stupid bitch.
And then I got off stage. I was like, so how did I do? They were like, not good.
Not good. I feel that. So this is recording, so you can obviously splice it however you want.
Okay, will you send it to me? Because I don't think I can record it while I'm on my phone.
No, I'm recording it. Yeah, I'm sending it to you. Wow, makeup's kind of.
Oh, swell.
Yeah, I'm gonna email you the recording. But do you have like an intro or anything that you want to do? Like, do you want to like officially start or?
I just kind of like there's like no sort of like, I would say preparation. Like
Okay.
the people that kind of like follow me, especially the people that see me do stand up, they're like, we're not expecting anything like CNN type quality. And I'm like, good, you know.
I understand that.
I know it's a little rough around the edge, but I don't know. I try to do it as good as I can. I mean, but I don't know. There is kind of like a theme to the show. It's like, it's not perfect, but it's funny.
That's me.
Right? That's how I am. I'm not perfect, but I'm funny.
Yeah.
But did you do a podcast before?
I did. It was called The Hot Mess Express. At one point, it was topping like the charts and stand up on our podcast when I first got started, which was awesome. And then I don't know what happened. Life happened, and I think COVID happened. And I just kind of like had to switch my focus and couldn't devote the same amount of time to it. So it's not happening. But I am creating a podcast with my best friend's roommates.
Yeah.
I don't want to like give out the name. Okay, if I give out the name, no one can take this, but it's called
yeah, we could. It's if you go online on my website, I don't know, I didn't do this myself. I guess like since I paid for like a website creator or whatnot, they went ahead and gave me a year's worth of like copyrights and trademarks. So like I guess technically legally, if you say it on here, it's like no one can steal it.
Well, that is dope. Yeah. So we're going to have a podcast called Two Girls, One Blunt. And yeah, so we're going to do like weed reviews of like boutique weed. And then I don't know what else we're going to do yet. We still have to figure it out. But the goal is to start like next week. And yeah, we're just going to get high. And that's going to be my next podcast.
Is it going to be audio and video?
Yes. And it's going to be like the goal is to like use TikTok to grow it.
Yeah, I got a buddy
TikTok
of mine.
is huge.
What's that?
TikTok is huge. You should be splicing clips of this. Us going back and forth.
I got a buddy of mine who has, and I'm pretty sure he bought his subscribers, but he's got like 40,000 subscribers.
Really? No, it's very easy to grow on TikTok. I got 200,000 in 4 days. Like if you have like one or two videos start to take off, like I went from having nothing to all of a sudden, and they were like not even good videos that I spent a lot of time. It was like literally like wicked quick, like me just like ripping off something.
That's what usually pops off. That it I don't even try to understand. I don't try to get it, but what those TikTok hits are doing is obviously working because they have more money than God.
And now like TikTok, yeah, I'm banned from the creator fund because I've had too many videos go against community guidelines. But so I use TikTok to try to like funnel people to my website to make money. I have webinars where I teach other girls how to like make a 6-figure income on OnlyFans. And so I've done well with that. But I've been starting to switch, but because I only had women followers when I blew up, it was all women. So none of it translated into money for me. Like I have friends who have like 100. Yeah, I have a comic friend who has like 150,000 followers on TikTok, and she's making like 20 to 30 grand a month on OnlyFans as a result, because all of her followers are guys. Mine were all women, so it sucks. But it really only takes one video, and
that's what me and my last comic friend that was on the show last week, we were talking about that. Like it only takes just one thing just to like catch wind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and that's it.
I think with comedy and stand-up comedy, there's so many comics on TikTok right now, and there's so many people who aren't stand-up comics who are so funny. So it almost like it makes you better as a comic, because you have to like be good. You know what I mean? Like you have to make stuff.
Yeah.
And it's easy because you can it's basically like testing out a joke, because you can say like a joke more in like a conversational way or like a ranting way, and you can see how people react. Okay, who likes the joke? Do men like the joke? Do women like the joke? What are the things against the joke? And you can literally like craft jokes through that. So I've been like using TikTok to like make jokes.
That's good, because you can't really hit an open mic every night.
Exactly.
Right now, and that's pretty much. I mean, shit. That's pretty much what it is.
Mhm. Yeah, it's cool. It's fun. I feel like I've been getting better as a result.
I would like to see the flip-flop of that. The TikTok kids try stand-up. I bet that would be hilarious.
I've been meeting so many people, or like just like connecting with them online, and I'm like, you would be so good at stand-up. Like you could just tell like they're off the cut. Like I don't know, they would just be good at it, but people don't think about it. There's like a lot of people who are funny who I feel like but stand-up is a different skill at the same time.
The funniest people I know, the funniest people I know, and by far, do not do stand-up. Funniest people I ever met.
Yeah.
Have never even thought about doing stand-up. But they could read the phone book and make you laugh. That's the type of motherfuckers they are.
Yeah, I love those people. Like no matter when you're around them, they just like make you laugh. And they're just like, that's all they need with it. They don't make content or whatever. They're just like good to be around. But sometimes I'm like, oh, you're missing out on so much money if you don't do this online.
It's usually like the ones I've ran into, it's like usually like the older heads who it's like they've ruined their life. That's why they're so funny. Yeah.
I feel like I've been better with my life, and I also work from home now, and I haven't been like going out as much because I've been working and just trying to like focus on content. So I haven't had like the crazy wild experiences, or like even like normal everyday experiences for me to have even like the idea of a joke based on like something that happened. You know what I mean? Like when I was working a 9 to 5 and I was like always in my car and doing like going to appointments because I had to, like things popped up during the day that you could like laugh about, and now there's just like me and my
right. That's like I still, because like I spent half of my time I'm a lead electrician for this company, and there was like no way I was leaving that job, because it was just the money was way too good just to focus on comedy.
Yeah.
But I see some wild shit every day.
I miss it. But once I get caught into the partying, so I have to like.
But I will say, like, there's some days where I'm just like, fuck this shit. But that's few and far between where I have days like that. Where I'm doing like really sketchy shit.
I did it big to my work. I was like, fuck you, fuck all you, fuck this shit.
I
caused a scene when I left. That was great.
I even told my boss I was going to flip his desk over.
Really?
Yeah. And he knows I will.
And what do you say? I used to tell my boss to fuck off all the time.
He actually told me, he goes, dude, if you make it in comedy to where you don't have to work, I'll let you flip my desk over. Because he comes out to my shows and stuff. He's definitely a big Hunter fan. That's a fact.
Well, that's good. That's nice time. Yeah, I used to practice stand-up in my office before I left. And I remember my boss, like, one of my scenes, I have a joke basically where like I get on my knees and I'm like, I don't know, basically, yeah, I get on my knees and pretend to suck dick. But
Yeah.
I was just like, I had my first show. I got an opportunity like 3 months into comedy where I had a 20-minute set and I would be like the last person to go. And
Did you even have 20?
I didn't, and I fucking wrote 20 minutes. I went over 20 minutes. He's like, you have as much time as you want. I did like 26. And
That
they weren't like great jokes, and I was so new. I had like papers and I was like looking at myself like, but for me, I was like, but it was like an open mic, but then they had like featured comics every week after the mic. So it was like that. So like it was huge. Like so many people showed up. So people were there just to support me and I didn't give a fuck, but I was like, no one expected me to have 20 minutes memorized. You know what I mean?
that is pretty wild.
And it was like a shit show of a show anyways. Like my mom was like fucked up and like all this crazy shit happened. And but I did it, and that was like the most I've ever had, but I haven't had like anything like that since.
It's weird. There has been a fucking comedy boom here in Wilmington.
Really?
During COVID. Like, yeah.
We had entertainment shut down here.
We did no, we didn't. There was just one place and they sold tacos. That's why they were able to stay open. Like all they had was like a George Foreman grill and just put tortillas together, and they're like, we sell food. So they could stay open.
Yeah.
And they did showcases once a month and did an open mic every Monday.
That's awesome.
And
we had that.
It was weird, and like I don't think they really ever shut down. Maybe 2 weeks.
If it was allowed to happen, I could see there being a boom because people fucking needed comedy during that time.
Yeah.
But what sucked is that everyone had comedy, like all the comics here in Boston, and it was shut down. There was nothing, and you had to travel, or like comedy was just dead, and so everyone was like, "What are you gonna do?" But that's why the importance of like having video content is so huge. And I remember when I first started comedy, the reason that I got like the opportunity of like the 20-minute thing was because of my social media. And I remember I focused on comedy videos before like a lot of comedians were like doing stuff like that. But the moment COVID happened, everybody had to like switch what they were doing to like stay in comedy. I remember having somebody be like, because I told them like a year before, but I was so new in comedy that they didn't take me seriously. You know what I mean? I was like, you're missing out on a lot of opportunity if you don't start doing videos right now. Because like right now, there's not a lot of people doing it, like Andrew Schultz is, and then now they come back and they're like,
that's a rare person.
What?
That I mean, the way that Andrew Schultz just one after the other fires off those.
He's so good. He's like the
like I said,
comedy.
He's a league in his own.
Yeah, and he was my inspiration. Like he's my favorite. I love him. I love him.
I'm a big Tim Dillon fan right now.
I love Tim Dillon too.
Oh my god!
I love his humor, all of his videos. Yeah, it's great.
Yes. I actually subscribed to his Patreon, and I tell you what, that was the best $5 I've ever spent.
Really? What kind of stuff is on there?
You get a bonus episode every week, and it's literally like he's ranting about something ridiculous, like he's screaming into the microphone for an hour, like he usually does. But it's fucking hilarious. I'll have my earphones in and just be dying laughing, like walking down the street, and my hair's a little longer. So they might cover my ear pods, so it just looks like I'm laughing walking down the street. And they're like, "Oh my god!"
I do the same shit though. I laugh out loud all the time. I have my hair pods in, and I'll be walking like this, and just be dying, or I'll be listening to music and dancing. Who gives a fuck? As long as you're happy.
Oh yeah. Like I think it's one song. I'm like, "Dump the Glock, show me it works," and the guy's like, "What did you just say to me?" And then I pull my earphone out. And he's like, never mind.
I love when people have their headphones on and are doing like crazy shit. Like when I see someone who's like dancing, like walking on the sidewalk, they're just having a ball and they give zero fucks and they're like all this shit. I'm like, my dude.
There's a lot of like parts of town where I live at where people are like that all the time, but with no music. That's just how they are.
Yeah, that's my sav here. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a zombie land.
Yep. It's pretty bad because we live right by the port and a beach.
I feel that.
It is a really nice town. It's weird. Like, you can go to like Wrightsville Beach, and that's where all like the super millionaires are, and it's a beautiful beach. And then you go 5 minutes that way, and it's like super country. And you go 5 minutes that way, and you could get your car robbed. And then you have like 5 minutes that way, and it's like super old, like Civil War historic area downtown.
There's a lot. I like that. Never been. I need to travel more.
It's awesome. Like I said, the summertime at Wrightsville Beach, people come from all over the world to come here because they have the professional surf competitions here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dope. That's awesome. So you grew up on the beach?
Yeah, I did. I grew up like 3 minutes from the ocean.
Me too. Like a walk.
Really?
Yeah. But mine's like a little peninsula here south of Boston. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. It's 7 miles long, and everyone there's like the same families for years and years, and it's just very small town. And my mom's like the town drunk. Everyone calls her Crazy Kelly. Like, it's that small. My mom's literally nicknamed Crazy Kelly. So I'm just like, eh. But it was on the beach and it was beautiful, but the people.
Yeah. That's how it used to be here. It used to be kind of small town, and I think it maybe 30,000 people 70 years ago, and now it's
like 11,000, I think, or like it's like maybe I think it's shrinking too.
It has exploded. It is literally out of control because this town wasn't built for that, and it is.
Have you noticed it exploding like since COVID happened?
Oh no, it's been like this.
Oh really?
Oh yeah, the past 10, 20 years, it has just gotten out of control to where I don't know anybody here. It's weird.
I would like that. I hate small.
Yeah. It was cool growing up, but now I like going to, to see a different crowd every night. Especially with what I'm trying to do now. There's no way I could do this in a small town.
No. I was in New Hampshire when I started, and there was not a lot of opportunities, the same people. I had to drive like either to like Worcester, which is like an hour and a half from where I was, or like at Boston, which is like an hour, but you're like going into the city, so you pay for parking and all this stuff. And if you're doing that multiple nights a week after like a full work day, because I was in sales, so I was like on all the time, and then I would literally get home, film like a YouTube video, and then immediately like eat, get dressed, go to the restaurant, and like do stand up either in New Hampshire or like somewhere and drive, and it'd be the whole night.
Mm-hmm.
It was a lot. But now I'm in Boston, so everything's close, but nothing's open. So
that tells me you want it. That tells me you want it bad. A lot of people don't want to do that shit.
Everyone up here did, though. I didn't want it as bad as half the people. There were so many other comics who like put in the time, like way more than I did. I would do like 2 to 4 nights a week, but like sometimes I have like weeks off or whatever. Like I took a couple weeks off after that big show because it was just like 3 weeks of me writing jokes and practicing every single day. So
yeah,
like,
that's just you need to get your
But no, there were so many more comics. Everyone here in Boston like drives far to go to shows. They put in a lot of work. So I always felt like I wasn't doing enough.
I always
I was growing on social media, so like my social media was getting bigger, and then I was like, fuck, I feel like experience wise I'm not at that level yet, and then I have to like live up to this like thing rather than like enjoying the journey of getting better comedy.
I've talked to a lot of people who have done comedy here for a while. They're like, dude, you are spoiled. Talking to me. Because
Really?
like here in Wilmington, well, before COVID, mind you, there was 4 open mics a week, 5 open mics a week, maybe, all in, within a 5-mile radius of each other.
Yeah.
And then you had the main comedy club, which you would get Mark Norman, Doug Benson, Roy Woods Jr., and this is every weekend. you're getting names like that into the club. And you do good on open mic, they're like, hey, you want to do 10 minutes for Roy Woods Jr. feature? And I'm like, fuck yes. And it's just like, but shit, our open mics at our main comedy club, you get like 200 people in the audience.
Really?
Yeah, as an open mic.
That's insane. Yeah. I have not had that experience. A lot of my stuff that I did, I did a lot of stuff, but it was like not big crowds. I had one where there was like, it was a comedy festival in Boston. So that was like a decent audience and that was cool. Like,
right.
I have like good footage there, but it was like very quick. Everyone only had 3-minute sets. So it was like,
rapid fire.
Yeah, like a lot. Yeah. And I was still I was maybe like 6 months into comedy at that point. So like
I did Port City's top comic, and then I did North Carolina's funniest within like a year and a half, maybe. No, it was a year. I've been doing comedy.
Are there a lot of comics?
So not ready. About 30. Well, about 15.
Okay, yeah. There's a lot of involved. And there's like, I feel like it's, yeah. And I got like canceled basically in the beginning of the summer in Boston comedy. So we'll see how, I mean, hopefully people forgot about it.
I ended up starting my own shit.
Really? That's
awesome. It was weird. Like during COVID, I started the podcast and all that. Cause like once COVID hit, I was like, all right, I can't do comedy and I can't go to the bar. So I fucking built both here. And it was pretty cool. It was like weird. I had like a fire lit up under my ass. I'm like, I need to do something. And then I started hitting up different like breweries and bars and shit. And I just started getting like booked. They're like, yeah, you know, if you want to come on a Thursday night, Friday night. And I sold tickets and made pretty good money.
That's awesome. I want to host something. I'm moving to Miami, so I have no idea how the comedy scene is there. But
on the way down, stop in Wilmington and I'll put you on a show.
Okay. Yeah.
Dude, it's my shit. I can do what I want.
That's true. Yeah, that would be dope. Yeah. I want to like travel and like see how comedy is in other places too. Because I feel like it's different when people don't know you. There's like, I don't know, when you hear the same comics over and over, everyone knows your set and they're all at the same show or like whatever. So it just like dulls it down. It's like exciting when there's like fresh new audiences and different perspectives. But also like my comedy is like dirty and offensive. And, like,
I mean, hence the name of the show.
And it's about like being a whore. So like, are people into that comedy down there?
Yeah.
And I'm not actually a whore. It's just like this character I play, but it works.
It's cool. Like everyone claims we live in a woke city, but no, the fuck we don't. You go out to the comedy clubs, you see that shit. I mean, no one holds back is what I should say.
Okay. Because like, so you could go to some areas and those people would not be about certain comics that are like controversial or whatever.
There's only one place, and not really. You just, you know what? No, fuck that. There isn't really any limit.
Like, in most Boston, you can say whatever, but anything that's like in Cambridge, the people there are very like, you can't cross the line. They will not. The crowd will not react well in Cambridge.
Well, I've never done a college. So,
you've done what?
I've never done a college.
Oh yeah, I mean that would. They're so strict.
I can see how that's hard. Yeah, I can see how that's hard.
Definitely.
But no, now that I think about it, thinking back at some of the comics that I know have been on some of the shows, and then I've been on this show. No one really cares what you say here.
It's good to know.
Because they go hard. Like I thought I went hard, and I'm just like, oh no. So
I feel like I do really well at like a shitty bar that like people are like they want the like wild, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because
If I'm not like
they're
it's
so
like a
tired.
restaurant, people are just eating, and then there's comedy there. It's probably not. Like,
They
like
want
a child here, like talking
yeah,
about begging a man, like
they want someone to say something that they can't say.
yeah, exactly.
That's kind of how it is here, and plus, per capita, Wilmington is the #1 heroin addicted city in America.
Really?
Really, it is
Why did I think
bad.
it was like in New Hampshire?
So, yeah, people are wild here. You can say whatever you want.
Yeah.
It's weird. Like I'll be at like some bars and stuff, and some people are like, "Oh, you shouldn't say that." I'm like, "Well, you should Narcan her because that girl's about to die." In the crowd, it's places like that.
Oh man. How's
But
that?
yeah,
How's the weed?
it's
I got high
okay.
I'm drinking a bang to wake up.
It's not bad. I've been told from a lot of other people that compared to other places, we don't have good weed. And I can see that. I totally believe that.
I smoke some good shit up here. That is definitely, yeah. 2 girls, 1 blunt. That's why we're gonna have the podcast.
That is. Are y'all gonna go like end to end?
So I think what we'll do is like we'll start the podcast like kind of like talking like being normal, and then we'll like roll while we're doing like whatever like the intro topic is, and then we'll start smoking and we'll review it, and then we'll just like have like challenges and like funny topics like questions like
Okay.
like I don't know, like before I was on this just like weird topics that are funny because we're high, so we're just gonna be like shooting the shit and probably talk about like something about like dating or modern day shit so that there's like a reason to come back, you know what I mean? So,
I was gonna do user submitted questions, but I got them and I was just like, I should have known better.
comments for ours?
No, for mine, like not for this specific episode, just
Okay.
for general, just for the show in general.
All right, let's do one.
No, I don't have them pulled up. I was like, nope, I'm not doing that, and I shut it down. This was weeks ago.
Oh really? It was that
Yeah,
bad.
this was weeks ago. Yeah, which I should have known better. Like I know my audience. I know my audience,
My audience
really.
gets fucked up shit too. What's that? This is my sister.
I'm just kidding.
You want to say hi?
Hi.
Hi.
She spilled her drink, but not to worry.
On my bed?
No, never. A little on the floor.
Hold on.
Break.
COVID permitting, I am going to take 2 weeks in the summer and go somewhere to do comedy.
Boston's a place.
I was from what I heard, that's not the top tourist destination of a comic.
No, it's not a top. I mean, nothing's going on here either. Like in the summer and even like before Thanksgiving, I think there was like a lot of stuff happening here, like underground clubs, like private, like there was a lot of stuff that I like. COVID was definitely fun for me. Sorry for everyone, but like to go.
This is the best time I've ever had.
Yeah,
but like I said,
last year was the best.
I had a
year of my life.
fantastic.
It was like the best year of my life.
Every time someone complains to me, they're like, "Oh, I don't know how I'm going to pay my rent." Oh man, this is bad. I'm like, I had the best year last year.
Yeah, I mean, I just saw what my parents went through like during the recession, and the one thing I learned, like even as like a young kid, this is like back in the day, was that like during a recession you have to prepare for it. You have to like jump ahead because that's when people can either do really bad because they don't prepare and like see the opportunity in it. And so that's literally why I started OnlyFans, was like at my sales job, I was making 6 figures. My sales were done. There was no way I was going to make that much money. COVID happening, I was selling to small businesses digital marketing, and small businesses don't even care about marketing. So they weren't even operating, let alone like, are they going to buy? So they were like insulted when I would call for like sales. So I was like dude, I think that this is going to be a lot longer than like a month or two. I have to do something different. And so I was like, and OnlyFans was starting to be talked about, and I was starting to like grow on social media, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll be the comic on OnlyFans, and did it. And it was best job. And then I quit corporate America, and here I am.
Well, there could definitely be a lot uglier comics that could have joined OnlyFans. In fact,
I tried. It's all fake, but it's fine.
Now that was something you started after COVID. What do you think is gonna happen? What do you think is gonna happen after COVID? Do you think it's still gonna be a thing, or do you think that's gonna kind of level out?
I don't know. It's totally gonna be a thing. I think that this time, I think
it's
COVID
already made its
showed
mark.
everyone how like real genuine connections actually matter, because you're very alone. And so when you don't have those people to talk to, and like during times like there's a lot of people who don't have a lot of friends or family, and like a lot of people I talk to like on OnlyFans are so respectful because they just like want someone to like talk to. Like they found me because they like liked me on social media, like they liked my personality, and they're like, can I just like get to know you? And I'm like, sure, like you're paying for it, so yeah. And I realized that people just like want that genuine human connection. So I think that even like in friendships and like, you know what I mean? I've seen a lot of people go through friendships, and people are trying to change based on like what's going on, seeing like who's really there for you and who's not. So I feel like, one, I don't think the world's ever going to go back to normal. I'm very like conspiracy theorist. So like, I'm not even going to get into.
We go so deep on the show. We talked about aliens 2 episodes ago.
Yeah, no, I'm all about aliens, other dimensions, like all of it. But yeah, I don't think anything's going to go back to normal. America has like a bill out or something, like they're trying to like make sure that within like the next year we stop with the American dollar and go strictly to digital currency. It's like in the talk. So like this is some like dystopian society shit. And whatever. But
I've freaked out at places that didn't take cash. I'm like, it's legal. Like
it
it's
was
legal.
literally planned that way. Oh, you can't use cash because of like COVID. So let's make everyone use digital currency. You just convince the entire country to use their cards. So everything is 100% trackable out of fear. So if you switch it over to 100% digital, people aren't going to realize the implications of that for privacy and things like that.
That's one more step to getting the chip in their arm.
Yeah. But whatever, it is what it is.
What was that thing that Tim Dillon said? Go and let Bill Gates put a needle in your ass and chip your arm?
I don't even know, but yeah, I'm all set for that shit. I'm gonna start learning how to like astral project and travel in my mind so I can fucking escape this shit, this reality.
Oh yeah, I take there's some weekends where we'll get real far. We'll take a 10 strip or something like that, and then it's like, right?
I've never done acid. You're talking about acid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've never done it.
Really?
I know I need to. Like goals, but haven't.
I would start off with one. If you've ever done mushrooms, it's like.
My last mushroom trip was the mushroom trip from hell. And then my cats tripped. It was like this whole thing. So I'm like afraid to like really trip. Because it wasn't bad. Yeah, I thought I was like dying. I got naked, screamed at my roommate to paint. I'm finger painting naked. Then I start crying. Then I got sick. I threw up everywhere. And then I thought I lost like bodily function. I told my roommate I was peeing my pants. I was like, I think I'm peeing. And I just sit on the floor and I was like, I guess I'm peeing here in my room.
Some people just can't handle it.
No, didn't pee at all. Like nothing happened. I just was imagining it. And then I threw up. And I didn't realize like I just like rolled up my rug. I was like, this rug is done for. We're gonna forget about it. We're gonna throw it outside.
Yeah.
But my cat, I had 5 cats in my house. 3 of them apparently ate the fucking throw up. So while we're at our peak of this trip,
oh no,
all the cats start going like this, and we're like, I look at my roommate, and she's like, "What's wrong with them?" And I was like,
no,
"Oh my god, the cats are tripping." And then we were like, "We killed the cats!" And so we're crying, and we're like, "Do we call a vet?" And so we're like looking up emergency vet lines, and I was like, "What do you tell them?" I was like, "You tell them we're on drugs right now." And I was like, "How are we gonna do this?" And then I ended up like calling somebody. I was like, "Can you help me? I don't know what to do." And they like talked me down. we like called our friends too, and we were like, please help us, we killed our cats, and everyone was just laughing because they were like, oh, you're tripping, you're fine, and we were like, no,
during the time, that sounds like a fucking nightmare.
But then like we started coming down and we just watched the cats trip, and they were like, oh, love. Some of them were like, one was evil and scared because she was freaking out. The other one was like cautious, but like
because it affects everybody different.
And then I have like a hippie kitty that's like super furry. She like bops around. She loved it. We were singing to her and she was like all over us. I was like, this kitty would rock out at a festival. And so now it made for a great story. And now whenever like me and my roommate sing, the cat will come or play music. The cat comes over because she's like, has this thing with music now because of when she was on shrooms. So
now she's like tuned in.
Yeah, when she hears it, I think she's like, oh, I loved that feeling when I heard that. So
now that cat understands everything you're saying.
Yeah. So now I'm terrified to do like drugs and not be in control of it.
I don't know. I've always been like big on, I can tell myself, I'm like, all right, I'm on a drug. This is how it's supposed to feel. I've actually never had a bad trip before. Not once.
I'm a big ecstasy person. That's my thing.
Yeah, I've
had
a
lot of ecstasy. What?
Yeah, I said I've had some swell times.
Yeah.
On that particular.
It's a great time. I'm just like this, and I'm like, hey, what's up? Rub water on my body.
everything's just all right. Everything's gonna be all right.
I love that.
Even though at the time it might have not have been, but everything was cool.
I'm the type of person, if you were here and we're doing this and you're like, well, I have some ecstasy, let's do it right now, I'd be like, we're having a party, let's go.
Oh yeah. I'm always down to to do whatever. Shit, I don't care what day it is. Someone will be like, hey, I got some mushrooms. You want a trip?
I literally looked at my roommate yesterday and I was like, hey, I just came out. It's like 12 o'clock and I was like, I'm going to do some mushrooms. You want to do some? And she was like, yeah. I was like, perfect. And we have like mushroom bars. We took enough like not to like fully trip, but to like feel good. I started to like trip. Like the whole room was like breathing and I could like vividly see the trees outside. I was like, okay, I'm feeling it. And at one point, it was so great, but I was drinking at 12 o'clock. I was like, today's my creative day. I just wanted to like feel creative. So I was like drinking, smoking a blunt on mushrooms. We started watching Soul. I was like, this is so great. I'm going to find inner peace. And then I was like, I need to meditate right now. And I meditated yesterday for the first time and hit like ultimate silence. It was like, I felt the whole room, like the energy shift and everything was open and like silent, but like inviting. And I was like, it was like I had noise canceling headphones on. It was the coolest thing. I was like,
sometimes I can get that deep on hallucinogens. Sometimes I can just sit there and just be.
It was awesome. We had a great day. It was a Monday, you know.
That's never bad when you trip on a Monday.
Yeah. So it was fun. I would do it again. 10 out of 10.
Yeah. If you like mushrooms, acid's like mushrooms' big brother.
So what's the difference? Like, how do you feel? I guess.
It's a little more intense. I would explain it to like it's like an onion. You peel layers of your trip.
So I have like had paranormal shit happen to me like since I was a kid, and I've had like, I don't know, some like dark experiences with it. And so whenever I get like meditate, there's like, I literally can sense the two sides, like light and dark. So when I do
fighting back and forth.
Yes, when I do drugs like that, there's time, if I am in it, like, I just feel like one of the energies takes some presence more. It all depends on like who I'm with and everything. So I'm like afraid to go, I don't know. Because I've like, I used to have like sleep paralysis a lot and it was scary. Like scary shit. So like
I've seen movies about that shit.
Yeah, like my eyes would be like this and I would be awake and I would literally be stuck and you can like hear whispers and you see like shadows moving and like it's
can't get up.
Creepy. It's very creepy. I've had people like wake me and my mom up in the middle of the night, like shake our bodies and like warn us that like my Nana fell down the stairs like in the dark. And I've had someone like walk in my room next to my bed, like really creepy shit. So like I like I'm very like spiritual and I meditate a lot and all that stuff. So like I want to like access everything, but then I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to die.
Yeah, I just have really vivid, like, fucked up dreams of shit that's, like, happened already. It's weird.
Mm-hmm. Like, I've had premonition dreams, like, full dreams that, like, the exact same thing will happen, like, 2 weeks later. It's freaky.
Yeah. Yeah, that, and it's, like, stuff that could definitely happen. Like, all my shit's, like, realistic.
Yeah.
All of my... I don't get the, you know, frolicking through, you know, Candyland dreams. I don't get none of those.
All of my dreams are literally like a dystopian novel or an alien invasion, like War of the Worlds, or like something crazy. Like it'll be like things entering my house, and everything is like I'm the like I don't know hero in like a war. Like the world goes to shit, and like I'm just like fucking up aliens or zombies. Like my dreams are always like that. Like jumping out of helicopters, like my dreams are crazy.
That sounds like a what's the name of that director? With he makes all those movies with all the big explosions. The Jerry Bruckheimer movie.
I have no idea. I'm so bad with names. I think I told you this in the beginning of the conversation.
Yeah. Now with faces, if I if I talk to someone face to face, like I'll never forget a face. But like if you tell me your name,
yeah,
I can't remember.
I'm pretty good at. I'll like know I know you. I just will have no idea how.
Yeah.
I'm goldfish. My memory is like, whoop, whoop, whoop. So
yeah.
I'm like, I think I know you.
There's only a certain amount of stuff that I can retain, and I guess I kick out the unimportant shit.
It's like I'm super smart in like specific things, like business and marketing strategy. I don't know what it is. That is like my thing, and I can retain all of that information. Daily things, what I wore yesterday, the last time I showered,
what I had for lunch yesterday, forget it. I don't know.
Songs, I can't remember songs anymore. I'm like, what is this? Am I getting old? Like, am I smoking too much pot? Like,
there's they always try to blame it. We had this one guy working with us, and he would forget everything. And they were like, "Oh, it's the pot." And I'm like, "No, we've all done like hard drugs."
Trauma.
And I'm like, he's just stupid.
I'm not stupid.
I'm not talking about you.
I'm like, I forget everything. Yeah. And you're like, yeah, I know this one guy who also forgets everything. Fucking idiot. I didn't even think it was his memory or smoking. He must have just been dumb. Like,
I was saying they were trying to blame it on the weed, and I was like, no.
Just dumb.
Yeah. I'm fucking with you.
I know. Or maybe I don't.
Huh?
I have no idea. I've drank a lot an energy drink.
Those things those things frighten me. Whenever you look on the back and it's like these energy drinks are for 18 and older, and it's like do not mix with medication. It's like, oh my God.
Not recommended for use by the individuals of under 18 years of age.
See?
One serving provides 300 milligrams of caffeine, which is more than 2 cups of coffee. Contains phenylalanine. That's a big word. It's a warning, so I'm assuming it's bad.
Yeah, don't spill it on your lawn. You'll kill your grass.
See, I see like vitamin B12, and I'm like, ooh.
Oh, it's healthy.
Good for me. Yeah.
It's like you don't have any boost in energy. You're just shaking like an alcoholic that needs a drink.
Not relatable at all.
No, they're not. The worst is when like you try to wake up and drink them on an empty stomach. It's like, oh my God. People will ask me, they're like, what are you on right
I've had one to go like work out, and I've definitely been like during my workout, I'm like trying to like
It-
work out instead of digging.
It's not a good time.
Yeah.
I don't enjoy them. So what do you think? Are you planning to pursue comedy after COVID? Or are you gonna keep everything into your online content?
I definitely want to pursue comedy. I enjoy it. It's different being on the stage. It's not something that you get from like online. I love the online part though, because I love like marketing. It's always changing. So you always have to be like learning and like applying new things, and it's different for every person, every industry. So it's like, that's fun to me because I need change constantly. So marketing works perfect for that. So that's where the online content comes. But the love for comedy, like stand up itself, is just different. You know what I mean? It's a different experience. So I like that. And I definitely want to pursue that and get better. I like being on stage.
It is. It is such a high. Like when you go up there and you kill and just control the whole room.
Yeah.
It is like such a high.
When you have like a room there for you, like one of my last shows, it was like an outdoor show, but I had like a lot of people there for me, and it was really cool. It was like it was obvious that half the audience was there for like me, and that was like, holy shit, this is awesome. So like that feeling of like actually having people you know to support you, and then you're up there and you control the room and then you make them laugh. I'm like, oh, that feeling is the best. It's crack. He just froze.
Oh,
There you go.
there I am. But yeah, when you do have a crowd that's out for you, it is pretty wild. The first show I ever produced was actually during COVID.
Really?
Where I sold my own tickets. I did everything on my own. I got, a lineup together, and I sold out the first show I ever did.
That's awesome.
And it was pretty cool.
That's a good
And
thing.
then I was like, I made sure I like picked up every little piece of trash like that was there, and like stacked everything up nice for the for the manager. And then she was like, y'all are always welcome back.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's what it was weird. Like I never thought about that like pre-COVID. And one of my buddies put a show on, and he was like, dude, why don't you do it? And I was like,
did you host it? Like,
yeah. The second one I'm doing, which is February 4th, I'm gonna feature in that one instead of hosting. But yeah, it's weird. There's so many different pop-up shows all over town now. Like my buddy started doing it, and then I started doing it, and 2 or 3 other people just kind of picked up because our main comedy club's been shut down. We can't go there.
yeah, ours is it's so sad. I miss it. But
yeah,
I need the free time to like figure out my money situation before like diving into that, because it's a lot.
Yeah. I'm trying to find a balance, because with the online content and then comedy as well, trying to not spend too much time on one thing or the other, and still be relevant in both.
Yeah.
Because it's weird. My podcast, I have way more men followers than women followers. My podcast, but my stand-up is completely flip-flopped.
Really?
Yeah.
The ladies love ya. I feel like comics have it. I feel like guy comics, like after shows, like being able to make a girl laugh is like, oof. Yeah.
It's weird. I like keep to myself after, unless I specifically invite someone.
Before I got into comedy, before I got into comedy, I went to a comedy show, and there was a person, and there was some chemistry on and off the stage, and then we chatted after, and after like a couple months of going on dates and shit, I was like, you got it. It just sucker for someone who can make someone laugh. And then I was like, you know what? That's a power I also want. I was like, I'm gonna get
It is fun, and that works in every aspect of my life
Yeah.
for the most part. If I can make someone laugh or make someone comfortable, especially with business.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely helpful. It's a skill. I think the reason like I was new in comedy and like joke writing, but the presentation skills, like being on stage and communicating with people and being able to think on top of your feet when shit goes south and like kind of get everyone back.
Oh,
Like, those skills I
been
had from sales because I was doing like demo after demo and I had to like adapt. So I was like getting better at that. So it was easy for me to take that to the stage. Joke writing was like more where I had to like focus on, but I had like the stage presence thing. And that skill.
I have to force myself to write.
What?
I have to force myself to write. Because, I mean, like, if someone comes to me, I'll write it down, but.
Yeah. I
it's
write down, like, if I make someone laugh in a conversation or my friend makes someone laugh, I write down what the topic was and kind of, like, maybe what was funny. If I said a tagline or my friend said a tagline, I try to, like, work a joke off of something that's, like, already, like, I felt like I heard in real life. Or sometimes, like, if I sit in a coffee shop and just, like, hear how people interact, I'm like, what would be funny about this conversation? I think about, like, how I would respond to it.
What you would have said instead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good way to write.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's like hard for me to like sit there and like. I work better under pressure. Like I'll be.
I do too. The best show I've ever had was. What were you saying?
I said like writing before a show, like and just like going over my set like one more time. Like those like 15 minutes of me kind of like going through my set. That's when I'll come up with things. I'm like, oh wait, that's a good idea, and I'll add it in. That's like where I edit my jokes. It's like right before I'm doing things. I kind of go through the same jokes. I can't like just sit down and look at the jokes. There has to be some sort of like fire under my ass. I don't know.
Yeah, I always riff with the other comics out back.
Yeah.
We'll bounce shit off of each other. What helped me the most was I grew up doing like theater arts and drama in school. And then I also played football and baseball growing up, and then played baseball in college. And like the people on my team were like verbal assassins. So all of us just going back and forth, just murdering each other. I mean, just being ruthless to each other. That's just kind of where I picked it up.
I hung out with like a lot of guys growing up. Like I always had like guy friends, guy cousins. And so like, and I was like a tomboy, like I played baseball in high school. So like, I always have been around like dudes where we kind of like go back and forth and just like, I feel like I've had that personality like already to make it like easy. That definitely helps because you're just like thinking off your feet all the time. You want to be the like makes the group laugh or whatever. So.
Yeah. The people that, I was playing with, they would isolate your weakness and attack, and then everyone would. And
I was the blunt. I love those.
Oh, it was brutal.
Like I had a bowl cut, and I looked like a boy. So like I was always the person in the friend group who got like shit on. So I had to like learn how to fucking come back with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was ugly, very ugly.
My sister's like that. She looked like that movie Dumb and Dumber?
Yeah.
Lloyd with the bowl, how he looked? My sister looked like that, but she was blonde growing up as a kid.
That was me.
And she got good just by growing up with me. And I feel so bad for her boyfriend.
Why?
He's such a quiet kid, and I know she probably beats him.
Yeah, I could never date a pussy because I would just no, it wouldn't work.
Yeah, I know she does, and it's funny, but not really.
Yeah.
But because he works for me.
Of course.
Yeah.
So he's just
I don't fuck with him. I'm overly nice to this kid because I'm like, you're not gonna get it from both of us. I'm like, I'm gonna give you a break between 7 and 5. But
I feel that.
But she had to be shit.
Yeah, having a bowl cut. Oh my god, you want to see mine?
Sure.
All right.
It's hard to see.
It's so hard to see because once you see it, you can't unsee it. But like, oh, here we go.
I used to have giant ears. Oh no.
I know.
Parted in the middle?
Oh god, it was my mom did this. Like I was a boy. I played baseball. Look at Han. My friends used to prank me in college and they literally put the picture on my fucking computer like when I was going to class.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, that's my photo in the middle. I looked like Alfalfa from fucking.
Is that one of those sidekicks that was in that picture? That was not bad.
No. That's a laptop. That's a big laptop.
I thought that was one of the old sidekicks. Do you remember those?
Yeah, but I played baseball, so I literally looked like a dude. So.
Hell yeah.
I don't know why my parents didn't let me wear fucking white pants. Like, why am I in jeans? That's so 90s.
Did you play baseball with boys growing up?
Yeah. Until like they wouldn't let me do Babe Ruth because like that's when the guys like all hit puberty and it just.
We had one girl that was like that.
Yeah.
That grew up playing with us too. She was pretty good.
Well, that's why I was like one of the boys like my whole life. It just.
Because you're bigger than all them at the time.
I was taller than all of them. I was and then all of a sudden like I went from being like taller than all the guys to they grew and I was one of the shortest people in my grade. I was like the 6th shortest person in my grade. I'm only 5'2". But yeah.
It's weird. I kept growing in college. I don't think I stopped till I was 23, 24.
Really? How tall are you?
5'10", something like that.
Yeah, I'm 5'2". I was under 5'2" for a while, so I like feel like I just the past couple of years hit 5'2".
Yeah, it was weird. I was like, I don't know, 95 pounds, and like 5'1" in the 8th grade.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man.
And then my what would have been my senior year of college, I jumped up to like 185 and then 5'10".
Yeah. Are you guys leaving?
No, not yet.
Is Kevin coming here?
I'm not sure. I have no clue. He gets out of school at 7:30. So we'll see.
Did you go to McDonald's?
I ordered cookies. I love cookies. I ate them all though, so don't ask me for shit.
Asshole.
I'm sorry. I ordered 4 cookies.
It's okay.
Yeah.
The fam.
Hmm?
Said the fam. Sorry.
Yeah.
They were like tiptoeing around. So I was like, are you leaving?
Oh, it's okay. None of this is,
Yeah. It is 7:15 though, if we wanna. I don't know if there's any like last minute stuff you wanna chat about.
Yeah. When are you planning to move to Florida?
In September.
September.
Yeah, my lease is up here, so I'm just gonna fucking bite the bullet.
That'll probably be. No, this is wishful thinking. After COVID. So hopefully everything will open up.
Well, everything is pretty much open there. I was there in September and it was dope. It was awesome.
Yeah. Florida's wild. They're like their own country.
Yeah, and like even if like the bars aren't open, there's always things like outside of it. Like when I went, there was like either a yacht or a mansion party like every day, and it was fucking dope.
Yeah.
Like I was busy at all times. Like even during the middle of the week, I was really surprised because it was like after summer. Yeah. So and then I met like a bunch of comics down there. I did a podcast. Like I don't know. There's a girl down there who's like 4'11" who literally we look alike, and she has long red hair like this. And I thought I was gonna go down to Miami and be like the one who had this going on.
And then like,
there's
what
literally
was that like day one?
a spitting image of me, and I was like, "Are we long lost twins? Like what?"
What was that like day one when you were there?
No, I just met her. I just found her on Instagram.
Oh.
And I was like creeping like comedy places in Florida just to like see what like what was going on. And I found this girl, and I was like, I saw her, and I literally thought it was me. And I was like, wait a second, like our face shapes, everything. And I was like,
right.
Holy shit. So I was like, I messaged her, and I was like, we have to play a prank on people at a show or something, and like
That would be really funny.
and I come out, and it's like that's how
Especially if y'all
I.
had two different types of like styles. That would
She's a
be
stripper, so she wears like stripper heels and stuff. So we do have like a sexual stuff, you know what I mean? But
that would be really funny if she was like kind of straight edge.
I know.
That
But that's what it makes it even. I'm like, fuck, how do we play on this so that it's not like it's like I'm like, fuck, I don't want people to think like who's the good redhead and who's the bad. I have to really bring it with my jokes because there's a comparison here now.
Yeah. That makes you work harder though.
It does, yeah. Yeah.
But on your way down here, and I'm sure there's gonna be. I mean, shit, there's shows open out here. But on your way down, let me know.
Definitely. I think like if I do that, I might do like a whole trip, maybe drive my car down and just kind of like try to do comedy shows as I go for a couple days.
Sure.
So that'd be awesome. That would be the goal.
But yeah, I can. Shit, I'll start booking shows closer to that time.
I mean, yeah, I'll let you know. Definitely. So.
Well, awesome. Well, I appreciate you coming on for the first Unfiltered and Offensive Zoom podcast. I know we've been talking about it for a while. Glad you could come
I know.
on.
I'm a mess. I'm terrible with scheduling.
Oh, it's fine. I get it.
I will. I can send you everything as well after.
All right. Awesome. I appreciate it.
Awesome. Thanks for having me.
All right. Thank you. You have a good night.
Bye.
Later.